The next aspect I want to look at is the economy. Back in section 1 of this video essay, I mentioned briefly, while looking at the EVE marketplace, the aspects of competition between crafters who can produce the items for the lowest amount, underbidding their competition, things of that nature. Well, unfortunately, the economy in a massively multiplayer online game, while some are very robust, some are very fragile. The key distinguishing factor in all MMOs is the balance between crafted items, those items, armor, weapons, and so on, that are built by a player to be used by a player, as opposed to looted and quest reward items, which are given to you for the completion of certain tasks or found for defeating certain monsters. In games that rely heavily on looted systems, World of Warcraft, Lord of the Rings Online, the predominance is that the higher end loot will trump the crafted materials, and that has a detrimental effect on the in-game economy. Why do I take the time to learn to be a master swordsmith when the really best weapons are available for going out and killing a dragon or two? I know I make it sound easier. The high-end quest and loot rewards are specifically designed to be hard to acquire, but as a player who personally enjoys crafting, it's a little problematic. When a player is able to loot something that equals or exceeds the best items that a player can build, the drive to acquire the weapons built by a player goes down. And after all, I want to get paid for the effort I've put in to gather the materials, the time I've spent to process them and to build the items. Most games, such as Lord of the Rings and World of Warcraft, use a auction house, as opposed to the market that I displayed in the first section for EVE. One of the interesting things I found while doing some basic research for this video essay was an article written by Associate Professor of Telecommunications at Indiana University, Edward Castronova, reported in 2004 by BBC News. He conducted a study on the economic productivity for every EverQuest player. He took a look at their servers at the time, and he calculated that over the average of 20 hours a week, that the magical items and other crafted goods produced by those players had a value that equaled the gross national domestic product of Namibia, which is a country in Africa just northwest of South Africa. He also realized that even at that time, that the value was closely approaching the gross domestic product of countries such as Jamaica and Bulgaria. And now to end the second half of my fourth part for my video essay, I'm going to close by talking a little bit about the business of MMOs. Not going into the free-to-play games, which I'm not particularly interested in due to the fact that I'm trying to make a living. The oldest model is the subscription basis. The customer, purchases the software, or in some cases can acquire it for free. EVE Online offers a 2 to 3 week trial version of the game, and the software is downloaded for free. It's the activation of the actual account which costs the initial purchase price of $20. The monthly subscription fees, industry average is about $15 a month, is where games like Lord of the Rings Online, EVE Online, and World of Warcraft make their main money. If we take the subscription numbers World of Warcraft makes available at face value, then in December of 2008 they had 11.5 million subscribers. at $15 per month per subscriber, that is $172.5 million per month, without considering the purchase price of the game itself or its expansions. Pretty intense. Even a game such as Eve, which can only boast a couple 100,000 players, is still making a significant amount of money each month. The second form of business modeling for MMOs is more recent, and even a number of the free-to-play games have started to go this route, and that is the route of microtransactions. Recently, Dungeons & Dragons Online went free-to-play with restrictions. Characters had their levels capped. Content was restricted to only certain areas. And there were 2 races and 2 classes you couldn't access. However, by making microtransactions and purchasing points through their in-game store, you were able to buy these various aspects. Several of the free-to-play games offer bonus items, premium items, all the cool loot and hot swag that you can't get your hands on any other way. You can whip out your credit card, and for a small fee, you can own it. There's a lot of controversy over the use of microtransactions, how prevalent it's become. It has its adherents, it has its detractors. I'm still waiting to feel it out personally. And that just about sums it up for this project. I hope this has been educational. I know it's opened my eyes to a few things, and I had a lot of fun recording it. Well, ciao.